thing is my evidence. Now, there's laws that are supposed to be in place. I got these recordings with all these different places, all these different agencies, all these different organizations. When it all comes down to it, like Officer Sean Holloway said, people are lazy. He was specifically referring to police officers when I was speaking to him, but it's not just police officers. It's complacency. And it's not complacency abroad. We got troops on the ground everywhere, don't we? We got boots all over the world. But here in the United States, we're doing the same things to our people, the most poor of our society. That we're sending troops to go shoot people over in other countries. What the hell? This makes no goddamn sense. Well, it does, considering this whole fucking country's run by pedophiles. Can't say that though, it makes you a conspiracy theorist. Oh no, them dirty old men, they got that same sickness in their heads a lot of old women get. Young and sprightly means something a little different to them. Now, all these organizations, police officers, Department of Social Services, Health and Human Services, all of them tell me I gotta have family do this. My family says that it's the government's job. Well, actually, it's literally nobody's job. Although there are laws in place that are supposed to prevent exactly this situation from happening, those laws are not observed, and they will not be observed unless people care. You think just because you fill out a piece of paper that it's going to go somewhere. If that's how it works for you, you're lucky. There's a lot of people in this country that don't have the rights that you do. There's also a lot of people that are disabled, and even though there's laws on the books so they can show us, oh, well, see, on paper you have all these rights. On paper you have all these rights. In reality, unless somebody is there, you don't have any of those rights. And those cops, when they're telling you about, oh, well, you know, we can't do that because we'll get sued. We'll get sued. They'll only get sued if somebody cares. That's why they pick particular people and very specific broke people, because they're the easiest to railroad. This society, even broke people, if they work together and they pool their money together towards a common goal, can get up and out. But this is not a democratic society. It's a republic. Which means that the same assholes who are far removed from us or our scenarios are the ones making decisions for us. Little boys and girls that grew up getting touched by their daddy and going to Westwood Academy or some special fancy named school like that, some private executive place. Lovely, right? I don't know if there is an actual Westwood Academy. Probably saw a commercial for it. Who knows? Of course, if there's commercials for it, they're not catering to quite rich enough people, I suppose. But those people, you know, even with all that money, bad things can happen, but you can buy your way out with that money in most cases. And in the cases where you can't buy your way out of the situation, you can slander the hell out of your victim's name, and lo and behold, nobody listens to them. And it depends on who's famous. People listen to the famous person. They won't listen to the victims. Now, this whole situation with Johnny Depp, he didn't take it seriously through any of it. He thought it was hilarious. When it comes to slander, the stuff that he admitted to in there, yeah, I wouldn't hire him if I was Disney. Are you fucking kidding me? A jar of cocaine? That's fucking insane. So when I tell y'all that you're nuttier than squirrel turds, I do mean it. You got all these nice, pretty ideas about how it is for the next rung down on the social ladder, and you're just as clueless as the people above you are about you. Those folks you see on the news that are winning these cases against bad cops and corrupt cops, many of these officers by name, literally by name, they were my predators. The exact same officers by name did these things to other people. Those other people won in court. Why? Because they had actual help. They didn't have people making empty promises and saying, oh, I will, and I will, and I will, and I will, and I will. And they always leave it open, like Sarah Bacon. 5 years now, she's eventually gonna come forward and tell the truth. Eventually, like hell. I gotta go record everybody and post it on Facebook and YouTube because that's the only way to get it heard. Hopefully someone cares. Likely no one does. Not enough to get actively involved. Not like family is supposed to. Now that, in a capitalist society, is what works. Working together as a family dynamic. Y'all love each other. You're doing your best to make sure that everybody gets something out of the arrangement and the agreement. Many hands make for light work. When you've got 5 people in a family and all of them got their own place, they're all paying their own overhead, they're all constantly broke. When you couple up, like husband and wife, well, there's more than just the tax benefits. There's also the benefit of now you have another person who, although increasing the cost of the overhead, you know, a little bit more electricity and water, the cost of that overhead is not increased by the same margin of what that person's income can contribute. Let's say you make $1,000 a month and $800 of your money is going to rent. Now let's say you got 2 people, whether it's boyfriend or girlfriend, husband and wife, or you've got one of your kids living with you because you're retired. It's insane, isn't it? Yeah, I know a lot of parents who kicked their kids out and said, you're 18. And then when them parents got old, they're like, hey, I need someone to take care of me. Like, you took care of me? You know, they say once you're 18, you're on your own. And that's the problem, is that most of you are not on your own even after 18. You've always got help. Your family is always there, even when you do extremely screwed up shit. But, like I said, there's no teeth to these laws. The government can do whatever the hell they want. Your parents can do whatever the hell they want. You get called mentally ill, you have no rights if you have nobody in your corner. If you do have one person in your corner, just one, that's all you need. It makes all the difference in the world. But that can't be some weekend warrior who's gonna do something in concept. They're gonna get around to it. They're gonna eventually around this and this and this and this and this. You can't tell the truth in 5 years over all that shit. No, it doesn't take 10 minutes to fucking set it up and start speaking. That's why family is important. That's what family is supposed to do. It's supposed to work together. Not rip each other off, which is what my family does.